This training video describes the riffle-pool sequence and particle size or stream substrate sorting indicators for the Great Plains Regional Streamflow Duration Assessment Method, or SDAM, developed by the United States Environmental Protection Agency in collaboration with the United States Army Corps of Engineers. For more information about this video series, links to information about regional SDAMs, and the links included in this training, please click on the description box below. Riffle-pool sequence and particle size or stream substrate sorting are two of the 8 field indicators for the Great Plains SDAM. Both of these indicators can be applied to assessment of the stream bed during flowing or dry conditions. Longer flow durations are associated with higher peak flow magnitudes, and these magnitudes foster the formation of riffles and pools and how they vary along the length of an assessment reach. Riffles are zones of faster flowing water where you have coarse substrate and a somewhat higher gradient. Pools have slower water movement, and they tend to be deeper with finer bed material. While the sequence of these structures or bed forms depends on the local gradient and bed material, this indicator is focused on the presence of a regular repeating sequence in the reach, regardless of whether it is riffle-pool, dune ripple, or another repeating pattern. These sequences can be observed even in dry reaches, as water or flow are not required to see a riffle or pool or other repeating pattern in the stream bed. The following few slides provide examples of the scoring for riffle-pool sequence, which is scored from poor to strong. The first is a poor score, 0, which is given when there is no structural sequence exhibited and no bedform definition is observed. The image on the right is an example. There's no structural definition apparent anywhere within this reach. A weak score occurs when it's very difficult to distinguish between the bedforms and/or the reach is dominated by one structure. This photo shows a stream dominated by pools with a couple of transitions between them that are not very distinct or well developed as separate bedforms. Here you have a moderate score. The transitions between bedforms are not distinct, but there are multiple transitions within the reach and each bedform is identifiable. And finally, you have a strong score when there's a frequent number of structural transitions that are obvious between bedforms. Here you have a fairly steep gradient. This is probably a better example of a riffle cascade, more so than riffle pool, but remember, the structures don't have to strictly be riffles and pools. It can be other sequences of bedforms within your reach. Again, you record your score on the field form, and you can use half scores and provide any notes that justify your assessment or express your confidence in that assessment. The next indicator is particle size or stream substrate sorting. Erosion and sediment transport forces are produced by streamflow with stronger differentiation and stronger evidence of sorting in streams that have longer streamflow duration. Again, this isn't a response or control. This indicator is something that's associated with streamflow duration, and there's two ways that we look at this. We can compare particle sizes in the stream bed to adjacent stream banks to see if there is a difference, evidence that flow has sorted the material or at least removed the fines in the channel. Also look at the distribution of particle sizes among bedforms in the channel. Sorting can often be seen along the slope of point bars or when comparing the substrate in pools and riffles. Visual or tactile texture assessment is usually sufficient to compare bed substrates or between bed and bank material. Of course, this is difficult to assess when you can't actually see the channel clearly and need to remove ice or the conditions are really turbid. This indicator is also scored from poor to strong, and we'll go through examples of each. This slide shows an example of poor substrate sorting. In this case, you have particle sizes in the channel that are the same as particle sizes outside the channel. There's no real evidence of sorting within the channel here, and it has a similar texture in the channel and the surrounding uplands. This slide shows a moderate score, 1.5. The picture shows particles in the channel are similar to particle sizes on the banks and close to the channel. Various size substrates, including gravels, are present in the channel with a higher ratio of larger particles than on the banks. Therefore, some differentiation between in-channel and out-of-channel sediments is present. Finally, here is the strong score. Particle sizes in the channel are noticeably different from particle sizes on the banks and in areas close to, but not in the channel. There's a clear distribution of various size substrates in the channel, with finer particles accumulating in pools and larger particles accumulating in the riffles and runs. In this photo, there's a high degree of size differentiation between particles inside and outside of the channel. There's also some substrate sorting that's apparent within the riffles. This slide shows the field form. Evaluate the indicator over the assessment reach and record the appropriate score. For this indicator, half scores are allowed, meaning 0.75 between weak and moderate, or 2.25 between moderate and strong. Knowledge check. A riffle-pool sequence and particle size or stream substrate sorting responses of streamflow duration. A. Riffle-pool sequence only is a response. B. Particle size or stream substrate sorting only is a response. C. Both are responses. D. Neither are responses. The answer is D. Neither are responses. These geomorphological indicators are associated with streamflow duration, but not necessarily a response. Knowledge check. What should be the order of these photos representing poorest to strongest for riffle-pool sequence? A. 1, 2, B. 2, 1, C. Both are roughly equal in strength. The answer is B. 2, 1. Photo 2 does not have an observable riffle-pool sequence. The reach in photo 1 has some transition from pools to riffles. For more information about SDAMs, visit EPA's website for Streamflow Duration Assessment.